BalconyTV.
Steve on Greenon, Telefish Kirky, Tommy Don Saw a Lawher Inish, son Greenon, Elizabeth Fort at Gurkig, and today on the show we have a very special guest, backed by popular demand, Mr. Conal Creedon.
Tusa Rish. Miss you Rish.
Could I too?
Gahunta Gafad.
Gahunta Mahu. So, Could I Glevenu, what are you going to read for us today?
This is actually only because it's just been released again, and it's the first time it's been released actually on Amazon, but it's an old book, and this is the last page of it, and the page is actually, it's looking across the city from there. It's from behind Mick O'Shea's house. It's basically a view of Joseph Key's painting, sun going down over the city, right? And this guy, he's after dying, he's on his way to heaven, he's left Cork, he's killed himself, and his view across the city is basically his view of heaven, and I suppose that is the view that actually sent him to kill himself anyway, right? So heaven and hell are the same thing, just a different perspective, you know? And that's basically what this is. It's his view of heaven, and the view of heaven is the city that drove him to kill himself, ultimately. So that's it. I
was about to say on Kirkagaboo, but I don't know what to say now. But yeah, that sounds great anyway. I'm looking forward to hearing it.
Well,
take it away.
Okay. I need a hand with this one, it's a big one. No. All right. He's also with the woman he loves, and that's, I suppose, part of it. So I'll give it a shot, okay? Did I lose it? Not saying, oh, sorry, I'll go for it again. Not saying a word, holding hands. And we walk and walk, barefoot over land and sea, all the way back to the beautiful city. I point out Seamus Murphy's water trough for dogs and Red Grawn or Braher. We step onto Patrick's Bridge. When you're standing in the middle of Patrick's Bridge, then Patrick's Bridge is the centre of the universe, I say. On Patrick's Hill, we look down into the goldfish bowl. We don't turn to salt. Yvette tugs my hand and leads on to the brow. We climb the wall at Bell's Field. I stretch out my arms, embracing the beautiful north side laid out before us as it vanishes over the hill at Knocknaheeny and Blarney Street. Breathe it in, I say. She's just standing there, eyes bulging, like trying to capture everything at once. We walk through the knee-high meadow and nestle down into a sheltered hollow. We're sprawled there barefoot on the grassy ridge above the city, saying nothing. My mind travels across Brewery Valley, passing each laneway, step and steeple from the Bishop's Palace right over to the dome of City Hall. Bolts and pleasure of pain and memory stop off along the way at the Northman Cathedral, Eason's Hill, Murphy's Stack, Powellraddy Harbour and Shandon, then all the way back over Redemption Road and all the way to the city and spike spires of Holy Trinity, St Finbarrs and the green tops of St Francis. Off in the distance, the county hall scrapes clouds, picking up the gold of a dying sun. I stare out westward, out along the Lee Valley to the Carrigrahan Strait. There, like a last gasp at life, a setting sun sets flames of reds and orange and yellow licking high up into the sky. Looks like Ballincollig's on fire, I say. She snuggles into me. My city is a royal town, dressed in crimson and gold, and in the distance, through the mists of coal smoke, the cry of an echo boy, the movement of a bus, car, cyclist, people walking home from work, the chimes of ice cream van across in Spangle Hill, the bells of some cathedral, or the yelps of children from Roach's buildings playing ball along the road. There's a harmony of movement and colour and sound. Everything is as one. The aromatic blending of Murphy's Brewery, Linhen's Sweet Factory, Donnelly's Bakery. Jesus, this could be heaven, I whisper. Could be, she smiles. Could be. Thank you, Joe. The wind almost took me away there, sorry about that, but it's fine.
You were at one with the poem.
I was at one with the poem.
But luckily you stayed with us.
I did indeed, to the better end. Listen, thank you very much for having me on. It was
great
absolutely.
Fun, and
we will
tell
do
us
it
a little bit about you. How do we check you? How do we find you out more about you? Can I show the audience the cover of your book?
Okay, well that's...
Do you want to tell us a little bit about this book?
Yeah, there were a bunch of plays, 3 plays that were commissioned for the City of Culture, and they go on basically bits and pieces of them on a yearly basis in different parts of the place of the world. There's one on in New York later on this year, actually, probably a month's time, and there's a guy there, he puts one on almost every year since 2008. Anyway, one of those was the 3 plays, the 3 short plays. And I've just finished a novel, so that's where I am, and banging on the 3rd one. So it's
and what's the name of the novel?
Begotten Not Made. Yeah.
And where can it be published from? Irish Town? Or?
No, it's just been, they're selling it at the moment, right? So they had it in the London Book Fair, and it'll happen in the next I suppose before I get the pension anyway, you know. Can't wait.
Absolutely.
For the pension and the bus pass.
Thank you so much for coming on the balcony.
Absolutely, girl.
That's the first time anyone kissed me live on TV.
First time I ever kissed anyone live on TV as well, tell you the truth.
Conal Creedon, and tune in again for another Balcony TV Cork. Slán Tamil.
So.
Balcony TV.